Episode number 173.
You got to do the things you're passionate about as well. And you've got to fit that into your work day and say, you know what, everything's going to get done.
Right.
And you're going to be happier when you're realizing, hey, I'm fitting this in. I'm passionate about it. I know there's a ton of stuff on my desk piling up, but hey, it's going to get done.
Welcome to the Be Real Show with Travis Too Tall and Huff, where we talk about life, dreams, social media, and business.
Well, hello and welcome to the Be Real Show with Travis Too Tall and Huff. Folks, it's Friday. I'm ready to get fired up today, and we have our featured guest today, Marilyn Cowley. Marilyn, are you ready to be real?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready to be real.
Oh, yeah. Marilyn is the CEO of PREM, which is a boutique PR and social media firm. As well as we were talking, she also does some stuff with her TV personality. She hosts a television show in the local market here, as well as with PREM, she's helping offer a personal approach to marketing and PR and social and this big world we have today of the lovely world of digital. And at the end of the day, obviously keeping her clients top of mind and keeping their brands, thriving and in business. So we're excited to have you on the show today. We've given our listeners just a little insight, but how's your day going today?
It's going great. You know, I went to the gym this morning.
Yeah.
You got to go to the gym. Got to knock it out first thing. And then I got some breakfast and I just started working on things for clients. And then I got a packed day later today with some client meetings. I'm actually in the Bay Area right now.
Oh, nice.
And so I have some clients in the Bay Area. So I'm with them today.
That's awesome. So get into your business, PREM, because I'm very curious and interested as obviously the world of social and PR and marketing is ever evolving. And what gave you this idea to start this business?
You know, I got out of college. I was interning at a small advertising agency, interning there, graduated, got brought on full time, and started working with a wide range of local clients as well as agriculture. So I was in the ag industry as well, doing all the marketing for them, and just realized, you know, I was the one handling everything from point A to point, B, and I could do it all. And so I just got to a point where I was like, you know what? I mean, I can do this myself.
Wow.
And so just jumped ship really and said, all right, let's go meet with some clients. And in my first week, I didn't even have a name, which was pretty crazy. I had no name. I just met with some people. And because, I mean, you know how hard it is to get a client. That's not like just, oh, yeah, you're great. Let's just sign up with you and write you a paycheck. It's like, no, you got to really work for it. But, that first week I met with a few people and it was crazy. My first week, I got 2 clients, which is just unheard of. Making more money than I had ever done in the first week at my old firm. So, that's just how it really happened. And then, right when I got my first client, I go, okay, well, now I have to go down and go get a business name. I got to figure that out. What's going to be my name? So it all just happened really fast, but it's been a great journey.
And usually those are the best businesses when you act and you just make it happen, don't think about it, overthink it. Cause too many people, they think they have to have the perfect name, perfect logo. And obviously you're a perfect example. You don't have to have a perfect name, folks. You don't have to have a perfect logo. Go out there and get some customers. Go out there and serve some customers first, right?
Exactly. And here's my thing. If you keep dwelling on it and thinking about it, it's never going to happen, or it's going to happen and you're going to be like, gosh, I regret not doing that, years ago. So my thing is just take a jump and just go for it. And then you work out the details along the way, and because my thing is life's too short. If I want to do something, I'm a doer. I'm like, you know what? I'll figure it out. I'm just going to start it and it's just going to work out.
Yeah, I mean, that's the best approach because obviously we learn through failure. I mean, you're not going to hit every single home run you get up to plate. Let's just be real. That's part of life. You get up and you take your at bat. You might strike out. You might get a base hit. You might get walked. You don't know what's going to happen. But the most important thing is to go for it. Don't, if you have a good idea out there, folks that are listening today, don't hold back. Just go, So going into your customers, do you have a certain type of customer that you like helping, or is it different kind of all different types of businesses that you work with?
I work with a ton of different types of businesses. However, I do have customers that I love to work with and that's in the health and wellness lifestyle sector. So I graduated with a nutrition degree as well.
Wow.
Yeah. So I've always loved, and when I was in college, I was like, I'm one of those people. I love doing all these different things. I'm going to get a degree. I'm going to get a certificate and everything. So when I leave, I know I can go anywhere I want to go. So I got a nutrition degree. And so I've just realized like I gravitate towards clients that have to do with beauty or health, wellness, anything like that. So,
right.
Because that's where my passion is. So I really get the best of both worlds in that area. But I love working with, obviously a wide range of clients, but that's where I just really gravitate towards. And I see that I thrive the most because I'm so passionate about what I'm doing for them.
Right. And it's so important these days as we talk more and more guests, it's like you can do anything, but if you can really niche down to a specific focus, social media for celebrities, let's just say, or musicians, that's a real specific focus. Then if you're just a social media firm out there, then there's a lot of social media firms out there, right? So, but if you have a real specific passion, I think that goes even further as far as, opening up your audience to more and more places and, building that credibility within that industry. I think that's so important. So that's awesome. Good for you. So it's within beauty, fitness, health. And you guys do a variety of things from public relations to social media and some of the other stuff as well in digital?
Yeah. So I always say, I call myself, a social media guru because I try and really be really great at that and also in PR. So those are the two things we really specialize in, goes hand in hand. But I'm sure, as a lot of people don't just need social media, oh gosh, your website's, going bonkers and you're not pulling leads online. So, there's just so many different avenues. So we do it all. We just really look at, okay, so how do we move the needle for you? Where are you right now? Where do you want to be? Okay, what do we have to do in between to get you those steps to get you to where you want to be? And obviously it might not just be social media and public relations. It might be a plethora of other things. So we look at it as a whole.
Mm-hmm. But obviously PR and social are hot,
They are. They're hot.
When people come to you, Marilyn, what are they asking you for? What is the main concern right now in 2019? What are they saying? Hey, give me a pop in Instagram, give me my my PR. I need to get some more blogs talking to me about me.
It's funny because so many people are just so bent on, I need followers on Instagram. And as you know, followers really mean nothing if they're not the right followers. So
absolutely.
It's a lot of, education with that, okay, I get it. You want 10,000 people following you, but you realize that takes a lot of work if you want meaningful followers.
Yeah.
So,
especially for a business, because unlike, a personality, a business, not everyone wants to follow a business.
No, heck no, unless you're putting out some really great stuff, which is, takes a lot of work. And I always tell everyone, I go, okay, you're doing your social media. However, do you realize social media is a 24/7 job if you're actually doing it right?
Right. If you're getting, as you build your following, you're going to be getting notifications and DMs and things all hours of the day.
Yes. And they expect you to respond back to it immediately. That's just what people are. But, so PR, it's funny because PR is a bit different and that takes more education as well, because you see PR really coming into play when you have the big players in the game that, have more money to spend and want that earned media. It's different for small businesses that don't necessarily realize the work that goes into PR, because PR is a lot of work and people don't get that. It's like you're doing the research on what you need to do to talk to reporters. You got to write a press release. You got to pitch the right reporters. You have to get your article in the right, article in the right magazines and TV. It is so much work. And, I'm joking with one of my friends who's here in San Francisco and he works at one of the top PR agencies here. And they don't take a retainer less than $10,000 a month.
Yeah.
It's because they know, we work hours upon hours to get you out into the public eye, into articles and in front of people you want to be in front of.
Right. And the hard part too is they might not cover you. Let's just be real. If it's not a compelling story, the business doesn't, or timing, they have some other hot topic that day, they have nothing else to talk about. I used to work at the news, ABC 30. And I remember, sometimes you can get your press release in there and they'll cover it. And sometimes, with customers, there's too many things going on. There's too many other hot news stories, for them to get coverage that day.
Yeah. And that's the sucky part of it. You can never secure coverage. You just gotta take it with a grain of salt and be like, I'm going to try my best to get you what you need, but you can't predict if there's a huge tornado hitting California,
Right. Yeah. Something just happens randomly that just takes over the news that day or whatever, or week. Because yeah, I mean, that's the hard part. I'm sure. I've heard just so many different things about PR, and it is the most effective if you can get it done right. Like if you can earn that media coverage, you look like a hero to your customers. So it's one of those things that I'm sure as you've built your business, you continually learn the new strategies and tips and like how to get out and reach out to people. Is there one thing that people really want when they come to you for PR? Is it just, I want more coverage. I want to be on TV. I want to be on the news.
Yeah, usually it's, I want to be on TV. I want to, I want to be in local press, TV, news articles. I just had someone, about a week ago contact me, and they're from LA, and they're actually cannabis company coming.
Wow.
Yeah. Super random. Said, I saw you do PR. I want to contact you. We had a call. Within the next day, they signed the contract and we got going because there are events in 2 weeks. And I'm like, this is a really tight deadline, and you're expecting us to get you on TV, on radio, in news articles. But I mean, we literally have hit the ground running, and we've secured, at least 4 different press, which is
wow, good job.
Thank you. I mean, I'm so happy because I'm like, this is what we had to do, and we're fulfilling it. Thank goodness. But it's one of those things you go, I want to be on TV and on radio and in the public eye. So it's a lot of work, and that's what they ask for.
Right. And I'm sure part of it is also just learning the relationships with the different people, the news desk or whoever the, assignment editors are too, right? I mean, kind of figuring out how they like their releases or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, that's what helps, if you those relationships, that's the key. That's the moneymaker right there,
Right.
So, I mean, obviously it's good to have relationships locally. I've got really great relationships locally, and then it's obviously building outside of the Central Valley and growing that relationship in other places.
Yep. Good for you. That is awesome.
Thank you.
And it's exciting. There's a lot of things going on in this world today. And, it's fun to be in marketing, fun to be in advertising, and just so many different angles and approaches. And I find myself just always learning from everyone, especially our guests and people around the world, and reading blogs and articles, because everyone's got different approaches, and so it's just fabulous and interesting to learn from others. I think that's one of the best part about this world we live in today with YouTube and all these different things is that you can learn, my wife's always watching different YouTube videos about how to do different bronzers and techniques or whatever. And, with our little daughter, we're learning little things, and you can just learn so much now on YouTube. It's amazing.
Yeah. What's crazy is like, I went to Fresno State. I graduated with a broadcast journalism degree and a nutrition degree, and then an event planning certificate. So I'm actually in an industry that I didn't learn anything about in college.
Wow.
I came out and I literally taught myself what I'm doing by reading articles and observing people, learning from people, and just really jumping in and saying, okay, well, I'm going to sink or swim. And if I sink, I'm done. If I swim and figure it out, I'll be okay. And so that's what I've done and grown my business.
That's awesome. Yeah. You have, you're going to have a continually thriving business, because more and more people are going to need not only the help of the public relations, but social, and the list goes on, and so shout out to you. That is awesome. That is very awesome. What right now is one of your biggest passions right now? What is something you're working on with the business or in life?
What am I working on? Gosh, I'm trying to, brand myself, I think, a little bit better. We do a good job of branding other people. Then when it comes to, your own business, you forget about yourself.
Yes.
It's terrible, but I'm really trying to work on just branding PREM and making sure that we have a really good brand presence. So that's what I've been focusing on right now. I actually have another company in the works that I'm working on with another local video production agency in town. So
oh, nice.
We're creating another company together. So we've been working really hard on that, which I'm really excited to get out to the press pretty soon and let people know about that, because that'll be a great scalable company that's going to be dealing with social media. So I'm excited. So I just have like a lot in the works. Right now is a busy time, but I mean, I like being busy and, doing as much as I can and filling my plate.
Oh, why not? Right? Why not?
Yeah. What else am I going to do?
Keep it hot. Keep it hot. I love it. That's awesome. Now we're about to take you, my friend, into our top 10. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Apple or Android?
Apple.
Netflix or YouTube?
YouTube.
Instagram or Twitter?
Ooh, Instagram.
Chicken, steak, or fish?
Fish.
Laptop or iPhone?
Laptop.
Spotify or Pandora?
Pandora.
Movies or video games?
Movies.
Nice. Reading books or listening to books?
Oh, listening to books.
Stocks, crypto, or real estate?
Oh my goodness, stocks, crypto, or real estate? Real estate.
Yeah. Oceans or lakes?
Oceans.
Awesome. So when you wake up in the morning, you're getting your day ready and you're getting yourself motivated, you're brushing your teeth, getting yourself dialed in for the day. Why do you love being you?
Oh my goodness. I love being me. Let's see. I'm at a point where I love the team that I have right now. I think my team is so great. I really enjoy, it's funny. I always say I don't do it for the money. I do it success in my mind is making somebody happy with the work that I'm doing and, feeling the gratitude from them. So, I love waking up and doing what I do because I love making other people happy, I guess, to a fault. I enjoy what I do. I'm happy with my team. I enjoy getting up and going to work and working with everyone and collaborating and just getting out there and helping people.
That is awesome. Yeah, I mean, it's true. You cannot be stronger than your team. I mean, if without a team, you will not survive. I mean, it's too hard to do everything on your own, right? I mean, there's no way that you could be responding to all your notifications on social for your customers and doing business meetings and having a life, right? I mean, that's the reality of this world. Yeah. And that can also be a challenge too, right? Just to keep people motivated, keep people in the game, ready to, working hard and not obviously at the end of the day too, as a business owner, you don't want to waste money. So making sure they're productive, not just on Instagram personally or something.
Yeah, no, exactly. And that's where it's right now I'm so happy with the people I have on board because it takes a long time to get good people. But
yes,
right now, they're all the girls that I have are just amazing and they're efficient and they get work done.
That is awesome.
Yeah. And it's good because, as a business owner, you need to be able to step away and trust people.
Yes.
Otherwise, you can never grow. And so that's where I've gotten to a point too, where, okay, I need to step away and you guys are going to have to take it. You've got to today there's a photo shoot for a client. I said, I'm in the Bay Area working with clients. This is all you guys. I know there's going to be a lot of moving parts, but I cannot help you. This is going to be, this is good.
It's time for them to step up, right?
Exactly.
That's usually what happens. They usually step up for you. And we kind of got into it earlier, but how do you typically like to start your day?
How do I like to start my day? I always try and wake up early, so around 5. Go to the
wow,
gym.
Nice.
Yeah, I have to do it in the morning, or else I do not do it because my brain just gets
right. It's still hard to motivate yourself too when you're, after a long day of work. You're like, gym or just relax. Let's just relax.
Yes, no. So gym in the morning, and then I come home, eat some breakfast. Then I start on my laptop, start looking at some stuff, get ready, and then I head into my office in downtown and. Just start the day. A lot of the times I'm out of the house and doing meetings, which I hate because it's I never get any work done.
Right.
Oh
yeah. It's the hardest part when you're out doing meetings. There's no guarantee this sales call is going to work out today or whatever, and it's but I got a million other things to do right now. That is a struggle. That is a real struggle. It's kind of a fine point where you have to try to limit your meetings daily. I found has been running my business for 10 years now. It's you can only meet so many times in one day. It's same with the podcast. When I threw this podcast into the mix 4 years ago, it was how am I going to do this? And then it became, okay, well, this is very cool. It's growing. We're getting cool guests all over the United States and people all over the world actually that have been a guest of our show. However, this throws a wrench in your day, because you can't get any work done right now while you're doing this. So it's kind of just switching up the mindset and saying, okay, well, this is fun. I want to do this. And then I'll just get back to the grind when I'm done.
Exactly. And I think that it comes into play, work and balancing everything. And
yes.
So this is something, I've realized you're passionate about this,
Absolutely.
And so this is something that you're going to work into your day. I filmed a commercial 2 days ago at Chuck Chansey, and I had to, take out some of my work day to do that. But I go, you know what? In the end, it's something I'm passionate about. And I have to take time to do things I'm passionate about, because I could work in front of a computer all day, but hey, I mean, life's too short. Like I've said, like you got to do the things you're passionate about as well. And you've got to fit that into your work day and say, you know what, everything's going to get done.
Right.
And you're going to be happier when you're realizing, hey, I'm fitting this in. I'm passionate about it. I know there's a ton of stuff on my desk piling up, but hey, it's going to get done. Yeah.
It's a total mix of it all. I think as an entrepreneur, you can't just stay focused only on the business. You got to have other things that make you happy and keep you thriving and keep you going, because sadly there's a lot of people in entrepreneurships and startups that are ending their lives doing all sorts of crazy things and just the stress of it, and so I think about that all the time. I was reading some recent articles lately, and it's just like you hear about these startup people that are me or you may never have seen their name because they didn't have a huge company, but they had a pretty big business, but then they got too stressful for them, and so I think it's very important in this world of entrepreneurship that we also take care of our mental health as well as also our hobbies and lifestyle, and kind of feel like we have a full life, because like you said, the work will get done. You can work on Saturday or Sunday.
Exactly.
Or at nighttime. You can pull up the laptop and bust out a few more emails at night. But you can't get those primary things done if you're so overwhelmed with work that you just don't have any other life balances, So I agree with you. Is there a skill right now that you want to master? Is there something you're working at to say, I want to get better at that?
Oh, gosh. What do I want to get better at? I would say maybe doing some better at, SEO, copywriting. I would say something like that. Instagram, it's always trying to master the algorithm. They just changed it, and it's just such a pain. It's really a pain. It's the best part. That's
the beauty and the curse of all social networks. I remember when we started, when we first started our business, it was just like, a buddy of mine said, hey, businesses are going to need their Facebook pages managed. It was like, oh, ding, light bulb, hit off, boom, okay. And, when we start doing that, 2009, 2010, you'd get a ton of organic reach, and over the years, over the 9 years, it's been insane how they've limited that down on Facebook, for instance. And they're doing the same right now on Instagram, folks. They absolutely are. They've been slowly changing the algorithms, as well as also making more businesses and brands have to advertise to get the same amount of engagement as they did maybe 3 years ago on your Instagram, right?
Right. It's just, it's tough. And it takes a lot of work to where, your client doesn't understand, hey, I have to master this algorithm, which is going to mean I've got to be on your platform longer. I've got to engage more,
right?
Just a ton of different stuff. So it just takes a lot of work.
Yeah, absolutely. And the second it feels good, it's like, oh, this is going great. Then they'd make a change.
Right? It's just the worst. It's like, come on, you hit me while I'm down.
Oh man, they just did that recently on the Facebook Creator Studio, which just makes it a little bit more difficult to understand and navigate through scheduling posts. It's just interesting, And I always say, folks, that's the fun part of social too, and also running your business, is that you can't think things are going to be the same forever, because they are going to change. Either your customers are going to change, the platforms are going to change, the algorithms are going to change, something. And don't get too comfortable right here knowing that 6 months from now, you're probably going to get less Instagram reach, because they're trying to advertise on Instagram more, because it's a plethora of money that's coming into their pipeline on Facebook, So, but yeah, you have seen that impact your customers in the recent part, because it has happened, right?
Yeah, no, it has happened. And then you pull the analytics and you're like, well, shoot, everything looks like it's dipping, which it is, because, hey, they changed up this algorithm, and now you're having to beat the algorithm, and it's like, it's not your fault, but now you got to figure out the ways to just combat it.
Right. Yeah. And it is a lot harder for businesses than it is on your personal Instagram. I truly think that they know, and they figured out. I know there's a lot of different things that we kind of hint at. We don't know for sure, because they kind of hint, but anytime you're using a scheduling tool on Instagram, or anytime you're using a scheduling tool or a third-party tool, I feel like they limit your organic reach. And I also feel like if you have a business profile versus a personal profile, they know that. And so they're going to limit your organic reach. I think personal profiles have a lot better shot at the algorithm than a business page does, because they know, okay, let's limit this reach, because you're going to have to advertise with us. You're going to have to boost those posts. You're going to have to sponsor a post, right? Don't you think? It kind of makes sense.
Yeah. And then that goes into, you have to funnel money back into the platform, and it's, it's starting to cost more money, and the more money you spend, the more, and then if you want to hone in your audience, then it's a higher cost per click. I mean,
and it's hard to go back to your customer and tell them, hey, it's more money.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I found myself sometimes, my dad always told me this, on certain customers, you just eat the costs and you just keep the customer. But I think it's a lot of times if the prices have gone up a lot or things have changed, you got to go back to them and say, hey, this is what's going on. We need a little bit more budget for Instagram boosts or whatever it is, because it's just the truth. If you want to get more engagement, you want to stay on top of the platform, we got to have a little extra budget now for Instagram, because 3 years ago, they didn't even have Instagram ads. So now they do, and it's like, now your reach is getting killed because of these ads, because they want you to spend money, just the same they did on Facebook before they introduced Facebook boosts and all these different types of ads you can do to increase your reach of your content. But the fun part, Marilyn, is it's always changing, right? That's the fun part.
That is.
Keeps us on our game, keeps us on our toes. That's the only way to look at it, I find myself. Do you have a favorite app or tool you like using on a daily basis?
Oh, boy. You know what? I'm one of those people, I hate being on my phone because once you're on your phone for your business, it's like, it's just never ending, and I'll tell you, I hate Twitter. Don't ever use Twitter. I think for me, it's a pointless platform unless you're a celebrity.
Mm-hmm. It's hard for businesses. It's much harder for businesses.
It's hard. And it's like, I get it if you're a big insurance, AARP or Geico, stuff like that. That's great. You should be on there. However, if you're a small business, there's no reason for you to use a platform like that. So I the most used apps on my phone are going to be the Instagram and the Facebook. We use Slack to communicate. But other than that, it's just, I try and be off my phone as much as possible, because I don't know if you get this, but I get like arthritis in my phone.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
It's terrible.
Hey, folks, and you probably experienced this too. You can get serious like carpal tunnel, arthritis. Something's going on with your phone when you're swiping too much or you're doing something like that. It happens. And especially if you're having to work on that on top of just your own life. So I agree. I think that's one of the hardest parts being in social media, in that I stay off too. And then I'm like, I'll have a lunch with my buddy or something. Hey, did you see my post about this? And I'm like, oh crap, I didn't see it. You're like, oh crap, I didn't see your post, because I'm trying not to be on this thing as much. As with limitations, but yeah, I find that too, actually. They've even got like a variety of different diagnoses around that, like thumb swiping, things like that. People have really crazy thumb issues with their right thumb or their left thumb, usually their right thumb though, because that's how you kind of swipe up the feed, on your phone, on your iPhone. And there's like a whole new diagnosis of diseases around that. I've recently found that out from one of my doctor customers. They got a whole new diagnosis thanks to that smartphone. It's giving us a whole nother problem.
I know. It totally makes sense. I mean, I have to start using my left hand nowadays because I keep switching fingers, and I'm like, gosh darn it, my finger, like my hands just hurt.
Right. Yeah, we're too young to have our hands hurt right now.
Right? And I mean, I'm a huge fan of voice texting and whatever I can do, but then it comes out all jumbled, and someone's like, "What the heck did you just say to me?"
Right. They're still trying to perfect that. I mean, I do think we are in a voice world with obviously podcasts, Alexa, and all these type of things, but they haven't quite figured out the dictation and those kind of things yet, where it's completely like flawless. And when they do, I think that's a game changer. Whatever app or whatever tool figures out how to actually dictate the right text is going to be a really great, thing for the world, just to make it that much easier on us. Right. I mean, you're sitting there and you're like, I just want to just voice this over to them. It's just so much easier. Even like with this podcast, there's just things that come up from doing it versus having a script or having something like that where you just can't feel the energy and vibes. And so and then also for audio, once we publish this is going to be out there forever in people's ears. They can download it on the go, at the gym, in their car. And so I think that's why I love audio personally, is because you can just consume it in a variety of different places that you can't maybe consume, like YouTube and things like that. Or even social media. You can't really safely be driving and browsing your Instagram. So, but you could be safely listening to Audible or a podcast or something like that. So I do think that audio is the future. I mean, I really do. I think the audio is the future as far as productivity and things like that. And I'm sure all these big companies are working on it, how to get better. I found, have you ever used Google Assistant?
I haven't.
So it's like Siri, but it's a little bit better. And one of the best tools out there, as far as like you just hit the little voice thing and just say, who is Marilyn Cowley? And it'll literally go find me who you are, pull up the latest news about you, give me a search and or any kind of obviously topic that you have out there, folks. So I kind of like using those tools too, just because it's easy. You're on the phone. Sometimes I'll be watching TV and I'll actually be like, how old is this person? I'm just trying to figure out how old my favorite celebrities are when I see them on TV. How old is this person? I'm finding, they're all getting older. Oh, shit. Oh, it's funny. It's so funny. It's true, though. Obviously, we're all getting older. So be real today. If you could sit down for lunch today in San Francisco with anyone in the world, who would it be?
Oh, boy. Who would it be? Gosh, that's a very open-ended question. Gosh, I hate these questions right on the spot.
Sorry about that. Keeping you on your toes here.
Gosh, I'm trying to think of the guy's name. I was just talking about him yesterday. He wrote the book StoryBrand.
StoryBrand.
StoryBrand. Let's see. Let's use the phone really fast and see. I want to say Don Miller.
Don Miller. Oh, wow. Donald Miller.
Yes.
An American author, public speaker, and business owner. He is the CEO of StoryBrand, a company that helps businesses clarify their messages. And you recently just read his book, you said?
You know what? People have been telling me for the past 2 months, Marilyn, you need to read this book, and everyone's raved about it. So I actually just bought it yesterday.
Nice.
And so, yeah, I mean, it's got like 5 out of 5 out of thousands reviews. Like, it's a very good book.
He is a memorist, writing deeply personal essays. Oh, wow. Building a story brand, clarifying your message. I like that. That's very
nice. Every business owner, I said, Marilyn, you got to read this book. It changed my business. So that was someone that I would want to talk to.
So we'll be putting that in the show notes. Donald Miller, my man, you need to get at lunch with my girl Marilyn. She's ready to.
I'm here. Come to SF. We can get lunch.
Hop up on your jet. Just fly out real quick.
Hello, I'm here.
Hello, are you ready? And then going on with that, do you have, after a long, hard day of work, do you have a favorite thing to do at night? A show or just anything you like to do?
Oh, boy. It's funny. I always, this is a terrible way of thinking, but I always think TV is a waste of time for me.
Yep.
So, and I think maybe as you become a business owner, you go, I could be doing so many more beneficial things than watching TV. So
absolutely.
I realized though that it's to get away, put down the laptop, put down my phone. I will try and watch a show with my boyfriend. He loves TV and shows. And so I love any documentaries. So we'll watch documentaries together.
Oh, nice.
And then my dog, I'll try and play with my dog, clean. Cause as when you're a business owner, you forget to clean, the house cause you have so many other things on your mind.
You're like the dishes. Oh God, the dishes are overloading. Man, that is too true. That is too true. And then could you give our listeners one last real talk thought today?
Oh, real talk thought. Let's see. I know I've touched on this a bit, but don't ever feel complacent in where you are and settle for where you are. If you feel that you're in a job where you just do not like going there every day and you just feel like it's monotonous and you're not happy, just jump and just say, I'm gone. Something doesn't always have to be planned. It's going to work out. There's things in life that are going to make everything work out for you, and you just got to do it. You got to pull the Band-Aid off. I'm so sick of people just ripping it up a little bit, putting it back on. It's like, just rip that Band-Aid off and just do it.
Just go for
it. Be a doer. Don't talk about it. Be about it.
That's awesome. Don't talk about it. Be about it, folks. I like that. And where's the best place for people to find you on social or on the internet?
Social, it would be my Instagram, MarilynM.TV. You can also check out my Facebook as well. It's going to be Marilyn Moore TV. And then obviously the website, prem-ps.com.
Well, folks, you've been hanging out with Marilyn Cowley and Travis Too Tall and Huff. I want to thank you again for your time today. And let's keep being real. What another epic episode. And if you enjoyed the episode today, can you please do me a favor and subscribe to our podcast, The Be Real Show, on iTunes or your favorite podcast platform. And also take a little time today, if you don't mind, and give your boy T Huff a review. I would really super appreciate it. And thank you so much for listening today.